Welcome, B-movie fans, to another edition of Hypothetical Movies. This week we're going to take a look at two movies that happen to take place within nightmares and see what happens when they cross paths in the night. We're taking a look at A Nightmare on Elm Street and what happens if it seems to coincide with The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm Corey.
I'm Paul.
Phantom Dark Dave.
Sweet. This is a kind of an unusual pairing, but I feel like we can definitely make this work. So
I don't think it's that out of the ordinary or out of the question. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street and Nightmare Before Christmas, they're both nightmarish.
Yeah, Nightmare is
Except
in the
neither
title.
of them have a flaming horse.
No. And
It's not a far stretch as some of the things we've talked about.
I mean, yeah.
as long as we don't involve any dogs pissing fire, then we're good. Such a weird, arbitrary scene. But anyways, so yeah, basically we've got The Nightmare Before Christmas, which takes place in Halloween Town, which is kind of exists outside of the regular world. It's like holidays, I guess, exist on kind of another plane, and they only interact with the regular world once a year. So, and then we got Freddy Krueger, who invades people's dreams. So I'm thinking maybe Halloween Town and the other holidays exist on a plane between dreams and reality, so Freddy Krueger is can probably interact with them relatively freely. What do you guys
think Freddy Krueger is welcomed in Halloween Town? Does he blend well?
I feel like he wouldn't really sing very well, so that's probably that would probably have him thrown out.
Like maybe when he was thrown into the boiler, his vocal cords got a little too messed up.
Yeah, you never really hear him sing in any of the films, so I'm assuming that's not one of his things, and in Halloween Town that'll get you kicked out real fast.
I mean, that would explain why he's such a smart ass, if he just can't sing.
It's true.
You know what's funny is I was actually considering, what if Freddy Krueger did sing? What if we had a Nightmare on Elm Street musical?
I mean, it's not that far-fetched. We have an Evil Dead the musical. We have Toxic Avenger the musical. I know something else. Oh, there's a Reanimator the musical now. So
I was considering, if he did, I actually have an idea of how a song Freddy would sing might go. You want to hear some of the lyrics I scribbled down?
Go for it.
So, not that I'm a singer, because I'm definitely not, but just taking the infamous song of What's This from Nightmare Before Christmas and saying, so if Freddy Krueger shows up, he thinks, what's this? What's this? Nancy's all alone. What's this? I'll kiss her through the phone. What's this? I killed her boyfriend. Johnny Depp is dead. Now he's a pirate owned by Disney, just like Nightmare Before Christmas. This isn't fair. What is this? Or something on those lines.
There you go.
And then you tie it in Disney movies. But if Freddy Krueger did show up Nightmare Before Christmas, he could be owned by Disney, and he could be a Disney Infinity character, Freddy Krueger.
Well, Disney axed the Disney Infinity stuff back in May last year.
I know.
Yeah, they couldn't compete, man.
Yeah. Well, they just put out too much product way too fast. They just every movie that came out, they were putting out new characters, and it didn't have the same depth as some of the other character-to-life games, toys-to-life games. But I digress. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, but
why do we always get involved with video games? Dang,
it's a way of life.
So you think about some of those trees. What would one of those trees look like? Any particular designs? Have a pillow on the tree,
like a dreamscape cloud, like a dream cloud, like a bed maybe.
I'm thinking,
although a bed might be Hooker Town. I don't know.
I think it would just be a picture of Freddy, with the he'll holding up his claw.
There's a tree for different serial killers.
Yeah, why not? Or at least the ones with otherworldly powers. There could be one
a Halloween
Jason
tree
Voorhees.
with a blank William Shatner mask, and there's
exactly
a Camp Crystal Lake sign on the Jason tree, and
I could see that.
That would be amazing.
Because they're kind of holidays are basically from the mind of man. They don't technically exist. They're not a tangible thing. They're to celebrate something. And when it comes to Halloween and Christmas and things like that, they're to celebrate, a spirit, which is
the
more
only
which is more man-made and not really, yeah, like I said, not tangible.
The,
So
the only like tangible holidays are like the solstices, and that's even a stretch to say that because
well, I guess yeah. Well, I guess the like tangible ones would be like Martin Luther King Day or like Columbus Day.
no,
they
because Martin
actually
Luther King Day is
existed.
kind of like random.
No, but they're celebrating people who actually existed.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Independence Day would be one that actually exists because that was the day that we declared independence from Britain. So, but when it comes to like the holidays that are meant to celebrate like less tangible things that might not really exist outside the mind of man, like
6-foot bunnies who bring you eggs.
exactly like the Easter Bunny isn't really there and things like that. So maybe like nightmares and dreams like fit into that. Like maybe there's
What
like
if one of those trees takes you to the boiler room?
There you go. I can see that.
Which, did you guys know in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, the boiler room was actually filmed in a penitentiary?
I did not.
No, I didn't know that either. Pretty cool.
Just another way to save money. Can I film in your jail, please? Don't worry, it's about a killer.
We'll fit right in.
But
yeah, I see. I was thinking maybe there were a couple ways this could go. If there was a tree that led to Freddy's dream world, or if Jack wanders outside of town and he falls asleep in the forest. What if Freddy invades Jack's dream?
yeah, why not?
I wonder if Jack would be, since he's undead, if he would be somewhat in control of his own dream, like, and maybe they'd fight in his dream or somebody else's dream.
They'd have like a sing off.
Yeah, maybe Jack can go into people's dreams. I don't know. We don't
And
actually
we can have
know.
like a Freddy versus Jason versus Jack.
Exactly.
And then instead of
Ash.
going back to town and singing about Sandy Claus, he talks about Freddy Claus because Freddy's got a claw. It makes sense.
maybe he
I'm on
decides he
board.
wants to take Freddy Krueger's job, like he did Santa Claus.
I had a spooky dream, and in this dream I met a man who they call the Freddy Claus.
You got to be careful because there's already a movie called Fred Claus.
That one with Vince Vaughn or something. Like
Yes, that awful.
that
thing.
looked fucking terrible. But yeah, what I'm thinking is like maybe it is kind of like the plot of Nightmare Before Christmas, where he's like, I want to be Santa Claus. I'm tired of being Pumpkin King. So he's like, I want to be Freddy Krueger. So he takes his job, but instead of like killing people in their sleep, he makes musicals. And then Freddy's like, no, I can't be known for this. Like I got a reputation to protect. So then they both like start fighting and running through people's dreams and in through holidays, which like the holidays of like the dreams of like different holiday figures and things like that. I could see that happening.
Yeah, could
There's actually, like,
potentially be a pretty awesome crossover.
There's so
yeah.
many plausible ways that this could actually happen. That's the funny thing. And you're talking about dreams.
Yeah.
Like it's limitless what could happen. Like Jack dreams of something bigger. So what if Jack's dreaming of like he dreamt of becoming Santa Claus, or he dreamt of going to Earth. What if like Freddy taints those dreams? And it's funny because you think of Freddy as this violent killer and everything, but when he's dealing with someone like Jack who lives in Halloween Town, murder, death, all that stuff is every day for him. Like you see a different light of Freddy, where Freddy's like conjuring fucking giant cuddly bunnies and like rooms full of hamsters, and like Jack like walks into a fucking cat cafe.
It'd be like
he goes and he has to like order coffee and sit down and pet cats and stuff.
So it'd be like a reverse of when Jack was giving all those kids presents that were really like shrunken heads and like monsters and stuff. He'd be replacing like shrunken heads and monsters with like
Sunshine and lollipops.
Yeah, like kittens and like dolls.
Capri
and things like
Suns.
that. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. And Freddy, he's not even his burned persona. He's actually himself, the killer that he was before dying.
I'm pretty sure that Robert Englund is scarier looking than Freddy Krueger. So I'm not sure that's
There is something about that, isn't there?
I'm not sure that's the way to approach this.
Hmm.
But
So he puts the makeup on. That guy looks good.
like he shows up as like a happy clown or something.
Oh,
Bright,
okay.
bright colors and whatnot.
Joy and all that crap. Maybe he.
So, let's see. The characters like Sally, she was all sewn together, right?
Yeah.
So could she feel? I know she had the feeling of love, but like when her limbs were falling off and everything, like could she feel physical pain or anything?
I don't think because she was stuffed with like leaves or something.
Yeah,
And she would
So there's no point to chase her down.
She would literally like just like fall apart or like take herself apart and then sew herself back together. Like she just didn't care.
Well, I'm sure he could like make her scared of stuff. Like basically, her dreams probably consist of Jack getting attacked or something. So I wonder
Attack
if
her mind.
yeah, I wonder if like if Freddy and Oogie Boogie would team up. They seem like they'd get along pretty well.
I don't know, man, because he still sings.
Oh my god.
It's true. But they're both
Freddy-
very animated and like
Freddy is the
theatrical.
shadow on the moon at night. Think
Pretty
about
sure.
it.
I'm pretty sure
I am the
Oogie
shadow
Boogie
on the
was.
moon at night, filling your dreams to the brim with fright.
Well, pretty sure Oogie Boogie was, but
It was a disguise.
sure. Maybe he and Oogie Boogie don't like each other because they're competing over who's more theatrical and
They're like the heat miser and
who's
snow
the-
miser.
Yeah. They both seem like they really want attention, so maybe they're competing over that.
Do they have the same mother?
Sure. Who knows? Maybe like serial killers actually do exist already in Halloween Town. So I mean, we don't know.
Well, I mean, you've
A
got
lot of people in masks.
You've got the guy with the axe in his head. You know something happened there. Maybe that was like Lizzie Borden's dad.
Ooh.
There you go.
And maybe the people of Halloween Town are actually populated by Freddy's victims.
Yeah.
Maybe Freddy influenced Lizzie Borden to put the axe in her parents, and because of that, that's why guy with axe in his head ended up in Halloween Town. Maybe Jack was one of Freddy's victims.
Or maybe everybody in Halloween Town already has Freddy in their dreams constantly. Like he just kind of chills out there, so they'll like go to sleep like, "Oh, hey Freddy, how you doing?" It's like, "Oh, just killing some teenagers. That's nice. I'm having some dilemma. I want to be Santa Claus, but got all this stuff going on." Like maybe he's just like a consistent character in Halloween Town already.
And then Freddy goes, "Well, I wear an ugly Christmas sweater all year round, so you can wear one for Christmas night. It'd be delightful."
Oh, thanks, Freddy. You always know what to say to cheer me up.
But then he awkwardly asks him to sit in his lap. Here's a candy cane. So, isn't in Nightmare Before Christmas? Didn't you say there was like a clown character?
The
Or was
Nightmare
that just
Before-
the mayor's
the,
face
the
that we're
clown
talking
with
about?
the tearaway face.
Huh. So that could be John Wayne Gacy.
That's
true.
quite possible.
So we do have murderers there.
I'm the one hiding on your bed. Fingers like snakes, spiders in my hair.
And I will hide you in my basement.
Yeah. You had the werewolf. I mean, you had the kids that played hockey with the pumpkin, which originally the pumpkin.
Hockey, and then Jason Voorhees wears his hockey mask.
There you
Maybe,
go. There was the mask.
Yeah.
The kids that were playing hockey with the pumpkin, it was originally supposed to be Tim Burton's head,
Yeah, they
but
would love
they
it.
thought that was too much for the kids' movie.
Yeah, I could see that. They already pushed the envelope. That probably would have did some damage there.
You had the vampires, you had the witches.
Yeah, it's not really that much for us to have like superpowered serial killers or even serial killers in general. I mean, if a lot of them are dead, and like you see zombies there and all that, so it makes sense that like the reanimated serial killers would be there too.
You had the creature from the Black Lagoon.
It's true.
Man, I got to rewatch this movie.
So I mean, Halloween Town's basically just a gathering for monsters and mayhem.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's just one big nightmare where Freddy exists anyways. So he
And Freddy said
perfectly.
every town has an Elm Street.
It's true. Wonder if maybe Halloween Town, every street is just Elm Street.
Ooh.
It's Elm Street has the highest retail property value in all of Halloween Town.
Right.
It's where the mayor lives.
Guarantee a visit.
Makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot of ways this can go. Like,
So what's with the evil scientist? What's he up to there?
Dr. Finkelstein. Maybe Freddy makes his dream so that Finkelstein can walk, and he's like terrified because when he walks, he loses his brain power or something.
so he can actually walk. He's just too afraid to because of Freddy.
Right.
Like in one of the newer X-Men movies where Xavier uses all of his mutant powers to fix his he uses a mutant suppressant to fix his spine. Somehow it fixes his spine, but like he can't use his powers.
That makes sense.
But
Sure.
in the comics a couple times he actually uses his powers to make himself walk, and that like makes his powers weak. Like, he can't read people's minds, but he can make himself walk. It's weird.
Yeah.
And he's died, like, 6 times in the comics. And apparently he's evil.
Okay.
But I digress.
Yeah, enough X-Men.
So, what if Jack Skeleton was to wear Freddy's glove?
I wonder if it would even fit. He's got those like giant
He's
fingers.
got that bony skeleton structure.
Like, I feel like his fingers would actually be, like, already, like, razor sharp.
You'd probably actually make him weaker with that. Now I'm wondering if anyone's actually like online, if there's any Nightmare on Elm Street and Nightmare Before Christmas crossover pictures.
Yeah, somebody's out there listening like, these bastards ripped us off. No, this came out of nowhere last week.
The Nightmare Before Christmas
I
Street.
smell a lawsuit.
Yeah, hopefully not the case, because I was going to bring up another Nightmare on Elm Street sequel, and it's like a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 8, Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, oh my God, we went there.
Oh, there's so many of those things now. But yeah,
I have never seen one or played one.
I played the first one a little bit. It's games are actually pretty hard.
I bought the first one because it was on sale for like 10 cents one day on Android, and I never played it. I deleted it from my phone because it took up too much space.
Damn it, we went back to games. That's my fault.
But yeah,
Did you guys know there was a Nightmare Before Christmas like PlayStation 2 game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to play that.
No, not on the PlayStation 2. It was on the Xbox. Or maybe it was for both.
Maybe both.
I have a copy of it for the Xbox.
I knew it was definitely for the Xbox, but
Well, I knew I was on IMDb and I was looking up stuff about these movies, and I saw the Nightmare Before Christmas 2 popped up, and I was like, what the heck is this? And then it showed a picture of the PlayStation 2 case, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, it's a game. I was about to freak.
Yeah, and then...
Like, that movie is too good for him to risk making a sequel and getting bashed.
Well, I believe they call that The Corpse Bride, and...
Touche.
I think The Corpse Bride was terrible. Honestly, like...
I thought it was decent.
I watched it once, and I was like... And maybe, again, it was one of those movies I saw after everybody else, and like everybody talked it up so much, and I was just like, this is actually not very good.
Did you guys like, not Tim Burton, but some of his colleagues, Coraline?
I've never seen Coraline.
I thought it looked cool, but I didn't think the plot was all that good. It just kind of was shit happening.
But I love Paranorman.
Yes,
Paranorman is
that
good.
was awesome.
I haven't seen that
and
one.
I really liked Kubo and the Two Strings.
Kubo was okay.
I have not seen that new one yet, no.
I thought it was pretty good, but the problem I had with it was it's mostly just kind of like them going through the steps, and I thought the main thing that killed that for me, and didn't kill it, it's kind of I didn't like, was they basically tell you what the twist is like 3 times throughout the film. Then when it happens, I'm like, well, of course that's what it is, because you already told it to us. And that pissed me off.
If you pay attention, you can figure everything out pretty easily.
Like they're not even subtle about it. I'm like, okay, guys, you need a little bit more subtle.
But it's an enjoyable movie, and it's got really stunning
cute.
visuals. I must say the visuals.
Oh,
I
definitely,
love.
it really was.
But
so speaking of stunning visuals, what was your favorite death scene from Nightmare on Elm Street?
I mean, I think that's hands down. If you don't say the bed death,
Ah,
what could it be?
I don't want to pick that one just because that's the one that's always picked. Let's see.
Yeah, but they clearly concentrated on that one versus the others because you have. Well, no, hey, what about Tina? She gets drug around the room. That was visually amazing.
That was still the getting dragged into the bed. Originally, what they were supposed to do is they were supposed to, like, his body was supposed to come back up afterwards, like all skeleton and whatnot. But
That would have looked
I
like a
don't know,
Mortal Kombat fatality.
I
it really
do-
would have.
I do look
Damn it,
like at
games
the
again.
end whenever she gets into the car and the car turns into like Freddy's colors and stuff, and the
Yeah, that was cool. The convertible top was
That's-
like his sweater.
That's pretty cool.
What are we talking about? Is the first one or all of them?
Well, that one was just primarily the first one, but
Yeah,
by all
these have
means,
been
I
the
mean,
first ones. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Yeah, none of the. Oh, you know what my favorite one was? When
if you can narrow down one death scene out of all the movies, I will be so shocked.
Okay, let's see.
'Cause there are so many good ones, man. But what were you gonna say? Which one?
In Freddy's Dead, when the guy gets trapped in the video game, and
Yeah,
I love that one. It's like, you forgot the power glove.
he had
So
the Freddy
amazing.
glove. Boing, 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 boing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
remember playing
one,
with power.
and that's really it too. Like once Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 came, they just started to get hysterical at that point, and the death scenes just got so creative. Not always good, but not bad either. Welcome to prime time, bitch, and pulls her into the TV. Like, oh man,
That was pretty amazing. I think the second one was declared non-canon or something, if I remember correctly, because the creators really hated it. So they're like, yeah, it just continues in Dream Warriors.
yeah, because in the second one, basically that character Jesse moves into the old home. And finds the journal and starts having nightmares because he's reading her nightmares, and it had some weird things in that movie.
Yeah,
But-
that one was not one of
Not
the
the
better ones.
best.
I can't even remember most of the deaths in that one. I remember at the end they all get killed on the bus, I think it was, but
Yeah. Well, there was the one scene where his buddy Grady, he was staying the night at his house, and then remember, like Freddy, like comes out of his body, like his
Oh,
torso
yeah.
just falls backwards and rips open, and Freddy just like steps out.
I remember that now.
It's like death from within, literally.
And doesn't he start like killing all the people at the party or something like
Yeah,
that?
the
Like,
pool party
yeah.
from hell. I remember that.
death scene happening in Poultrygeist whenever the guy came out of Jared.
Oh god, that movie.
What is it with the '80s and people coming out of people?
In alien movies.
Get right. That's where it started.
Oh yeah.
79.
So I mean, we really can't come up with a solid
Yeah,
what's
there's-
gonna happen. Like other than there are so many ways that it can go down,
Yeah.
and it's so plausible for Freddy to be a part of Halloween Town, and for him to to interact, and on so many levels.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that like because Halloween Town is like basically a nightmare town, like it's so easy to kind of figure out so many ways for Freddy to interact with it. So it all kind of works. Like there's really no
Our-
bad way to make it happen.
I was going to say, our previous hypothetical podcast was like, what if it's possible? And we finally stumbled on to, I'm pretty sure this does happen. This is possible.
This is basically
We just can't
canon.
pick our favorite way.
Pretty much. Yeah. I like the idea where I like a lot of the ideas. I like the idea where Freddy's just in their dreams no matter what, like he's kind of chilling out. Like
Well, see, I like what Corey said about Jack walking in the woods and he passes out and he has a nightmare.
yeah.
And it's like all fluffy and fuzzy and warm, like he has to battle the Care Bears or something.
Oh, God.
Care Bear stare.
But then again, he liked Halloween Town, but he just didn't understand it. Like, so I don't know if that would really affect him too much.
Rainbow Bright.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how it would work out with that.
Oh damn!
Did you say Rainbow Bright?
Rainbow Bright? Yeah.
I used to have one of those. Oh, my God. Hilarious.
Or maybe he actually maybe the good guy doll is there and he's actually like a good guy and not Chucky.
Oh man.
Will you be my friend?
I wonder if Chucky's in Nightmare in Halloween Town. Like maybe most of their dolls are just Chucky dolls.
It's the hottest toy at Christmas.
That's what or Halloween, I guess.
Put it at the top of your Christmas tree.
That's what I always wanted. It's even trying to kill me.
That's right. It's the perfect doll. So I think we have it. These movies definitely cross over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Freddy's Nightmare, Jack's Nightmare, A Nightmare Before Halloween Town.
And that is why Nightmare Before Christmas is just an A-movie version of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Either way, nobody's getting a good night's sleep.
Nope.
So there you have it, folks. Until next time, be brave, be alive, be back for more.